Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Let's take another look here at Solana, see where we're at. Looks like this area of open interest here locally held very strong. We're going to pull up a back-end liquidation data, kind of see what's going on and get started. Please hit the like button, comment below. If you want, join us over at Bitunix too, folks. Phenomenal deposit reward bonus going on right now here between now and June 18th. So be sure to check that out if you're already using it. It's available for you there. Really good exchange, no KYC or VPN required. So when it comes to Solana, we can see liquidation is piling up here at the 170 range, but that's a lot of reasons why is because folks are buying that local bottom. That's that significant area of open interest. So you're going to see liquidation accrue at those areas. Okay, so keep in mind 170 to 172 could be the next area potential of the price coming back down. But once more, it's hard to say specifically. The important thing to recognize, I would say, is just liquidation delta remaining bullish. So as long as this stays in the green, we should be in good shape here. Bitcoin's also at about 15 billion liquidation long delta. There's a solid chance we're going to see sustainability in this current price point. But once more, folks, it's a holiday weekend. Strange things can happen, so I would expect the worst and hope for the best. That's probably the best way to go. But here's that open interest area we can see from a macro perspective in the last month. 174 to 175 is that heavy concentration. That's a well-guarded area. A lot of folks are buying in at that level. So we lose that, could invalidate a potential long position, and we may go lower. But between now and then, we got to presume that's going to hold. It's all based on Bitcoin, though. If Bitcoin drops, just you got to be expected. Solana will too. Okay, so let's not be too naive when we trade here regarding that situation for the moment. Solana, while it is strong and is holding well versus most other coins, it hasn't proven that it wants to break out here just yet. We have retested our macro resistance a couple of times at 185, but when we look at our moving averages, everything else, we're kind of drawing dead. In other words, we're kind of going sideways. There's nothing like super significant here, nothing that's hidden or amazing that people are going to look at. I'm sure Elliott Wave theorists are going to say that we're going to some ridiculous number. But between now and then, honestly, breaking above 185 would push us higher. Obviously, if we go much higher, 200 would be that. Not only that 0.68 fib level here, that retracement, the continuation, but it'd also be an area of psychological resistance. So just know we break 185, ensure you have a take profit target somewhere between now and 200. That's kind of the concept. Now, when it comes to the 4-hour time frame, we are underneath the 20-day SMA, but we're over the 50. So we're kind of in this little transition potentially to the downside. Okay, now just kind of want to be realistic here. Just because you have a nice cup and handle pattern or some nice alignment with Bitcoin or inversely, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't mean the price can't still go down. And at this point, we're above support at 50 in the RSI, but our money flow index is pointing down and going lower. So unless we hold and maintain this range of 170 to 175, then we're going to probably likely see the price action continue lower. Good news is we have a nice amount of support at 168/170. That's our local point of control. I guess it depends on how you zoom in and zoom out. But overall, we have more support below us, so we want to presume that will hold pending Bitcoin once more doesn't take a nosedive on us. So take a look here at Ichimoku Cloud. We can confirm as well that we are below the cloud. This is generally not the most favorable situation. It kind of implies that we may continue lower. Everything else here is kind of letting us know that if you're considering a short, I wouldn't be upset with you on that one. In other words, we do have smaller time frame confirming factors that the price should continue lower. But we have the same thing with most other coins too, and the same thing with Bitcoin, and that really just kind of reinforces the fact that if we hold this level and sustain this level for the remainder of the weekend, we're more likely to go higher. If we lose this range, obviously continuing lower makes sense. I know, big surprise, right? If we go down, we go down. If we go up, we go up. I know it sounds kind of ridiculous when I say it out loud, but the truth is that's how the market is right now. Until we invalidate below these key levels here, which so far the low 170s is that heavy area of confluence, we got to presume the price will hold and go up inevitably with Bitcoin. But really, the thing we want to pay attention to is Bitcoin dominance. It's starting to plateau right now, which is all well and good. But the overall sentiment depends on how you look at it. So if Bitcoin dominance is kind of going sideways, we're seeing stability from Bitcoin and stability from altcoins. So this is kind of a good place to be in a way, where everything's mostly going sideways. So really, we just really got to hope that Bitcoin dominance doesn't dump on us. And keep in mind, this is more the effect, not the cause. Bitcoin dominance goes up or down based on how altcoins are performing, not the other way around. But it's still important to recognize. But Bitcoin is looking surprisingly quite strong with its amount of volume. A lot of reasons why we're probably likely to sustain this area. So once more, if we can't close above 110,000 here today, then I may consider a short with Bitcoin, but that's an isolated event. That is totally separate from other coins. Okay. Anyways, just some thoughts from myself to you. I hope that you learned something today. Comment below if you did. Even if you didn't, I'd love to hear it. Let me know where you're at here with this coin. I'll post a playout chart available on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. That's available here. And it looks a little something like this. Whenever this gets pulled up, I'll show you what that looks like. Anyways, you probably know what Twitter looks like by now. It's all available there for you. I hope you learned something. Thanks again so much for being an awesome part of my life. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.